When you stop reacting loudly to every trigger, you regain control over your emotions and your narrative. You no longer give away your peace to those who caused your pain. Instead, you protect your energy by stepping back and nurturing yourself quietly. This is the courage to face your wounds alone, without depending on external validation or sympathy. This is where true strength is born. Look at the natural world. When a tree loses a branch, it doesn't scream or struggle. It silently starts the process of healing, growing new buds and leaves over time. Humans are no different. Your body, mind, and spirit need quiet moments to repair themselves. Silence allows your nervous system to calm, your heart rate to slow, and your mind to find balance. It is in this calm that your body releases stress hormones and opens space for healing to take place. In relationships, silence can be a powerful tool for healing. After a painful argument or misunderstanding, rushing to explain or defend yourself often leads to more conflict. But choosing silence, giving yourself and the other person time and space, allows wounds to cool and perspective to grow. It is in this pause that forgiveness can emerge and hearts can start to mend. Silence here is not avoidance. It is the fertile silence of patience and love. Moments aren't empty. They are sacred invitations to reconnect with your inner self. They remind you that you are whole, even when you feel broken. Healing in silence is the gentle art of turning inward and trusting that you have all you need to overcome pain within you. Healing faster in silence also means honoring your own timing. Society often pushes us to move on quickly, to fix our pain with distractions or solutions. But true healing cannot be rushed. Silence teaches you patience. The patience to sit with your grief, your fears, your doubts, without judgment. This patience is a gift you give yourself. It allows your wounds to close naturally, like a river carving its path over years, not days. When you embrace silence, you open the door to self-discovery. You learn who you are beyond your pain. You realize that your suffering does not define you. It refines you. It carves out space for growth, for wisdom, and for peace. In silence, your soul whispers the truths you need to hear. Truths that are often drowned out by noise. Listening to these whispers is how you heal faster and stronger than ever before. There is a powerful force hidden in silence, the kind that turns heads and stirs minds. When you choose to be silent, when you refuse to fill every moment with words, you create a magnetic pull that draws people closer. Your silence makes them curious. It sparks a fire of wonder, questions, and fascination, because human nature is wired to seek what is hidden, to crave what is unknown. And in a world full of noise, being silent is the ultimate rebellion. It makes you unforgettable. You are silent. Makes you unforgettable. Think about the people you have encountered who didn't speak much but somehow held the room's attention effortlessly. It's not that they were shy or uninterested. It's that their silence spoke volumes. They didn't reveal everything about themselves. They kept some thoughts locked away, creating a natural intrigue. This curiosity makes others want to know your story, to understand the depths you carry beneath your calm exterior. Silence in this way is your secret language, one that invites others in without giving away all your cards. In everyday life, this dynamic plays out in subtle but profound ways. Imagine a meeting where everyone is talking over each other, desperate to be heard. But you remain calm, listening, observing, waiting. Your silence sends a message. You are confident, you are in control, And you don't need to prove yourself with words. This makes people curious. Why is she not rushing to speak? What is she thinking? That curiosity naturally draws them toward you, opening doors for respect and influence. Your silence is like a pause in a song that makes the next note more powerful. When you don't explain yourself repeatedly, when you don't respond to every comment or question immediately, you create space. And in that space, curiosity grows. People begin to notice details they might have missed before. The way you carry yourself, the subtle expressions on your face, the energy you radiate. This is where true attention begins, not from noise, but from the mystery you create by choosing silence. Consider personal relationships. When someone is always talking, always explaining, the words can lose meaning because there is no mystery left. But when you practice silence, you become like a puzzle others want to solve. They want to understand what you think, what you feel, what your next move might be. This curiosity makes interactions more meaningful and engaging. It's a gentle power that shifts the balance. You no longer chase attention. Attention comes to you. In family or social gatherings, silence can shift the entire atmosphere. When you speak less but with intention, people notice. They start wondering about your story, your opinions, your emotions. This curiosity is a sign of respect and fascination. It means you have created space for others to listen deeply when you do decide to speak. Your words then carry weight because they are rare and valued. This is how silence transforms from being perceived as absence to being felt as presence. Baksiakti heya la pare mate shaki. This curiosity may be the most powerful power in the world. When you speak less, but with intention, you can bring peace to a city. When you speak, your silence also protects your personal space. When you don't give away your thoughts or feelings too quickly, you control your narrative. Others can't easily predict your reactions or motives, which keeps them intrigued and respectful. This is especially important in situations where trust must be earned or where power dynamics are at play. Silence becomes a shield. It hides your vulnerabilities and reveals your strength. Think about how curiosity works in the world of art, literature, or film. The most captivating stories are those that don't reveal everything at once. They leave room for interpretation, for imagination, for wonder. Your silence does the same in real life. It leaves room for others to imagine your greatness, your complexity, your depth. It invites them to come closer, to invest in knowing you better. And that investment is priceless. There is also a quiet confidence in silence that speaks louder than words ever could. When you don't feel the need to fill every silence with talk, you show that you are comfortable with yourself. You don't seek validation, you command it. This confidence makes others curious. They want to know how you maintain such poise, what secrets you hold that make you so grounded. Your silence becomes a beacon, attracting those who are drawn to strength wrapped in mystery. Your silence makes them curious because it challenges the norm. In a culture obsessed with sharing and oversharing, your choice to remain silent stands out. It is a bold statement that you are not just another voice in the crowd. You are a presence that demands attention, not by shouting, but by withholding. And that withholding creates a powerful pull, an irresistible curiosity that makes others lean in, listen closer, and ultimately respect the enigma that is you. Silence is not weakness, it is comfort. There is a path to silence and not weakness. It is not emptiness or surrender. Silence is a weapon. a powerful, royal weapon that a queen wields with unmatched grace and wisdom. When you understand silence as a tool, you stop reacting impulsively, stop giving your energy away carelessly, and instead, you become the master of your own realm. A queen does not need to shout to be heard. Her silence commands attention and respect. It disarms, it controls, and it wins battles without a single word spoken. In daily life, how often do we rush to speak, to explain, to defend ourselves? We fill every pause with noise, afraid that silence will make us vulnerable or misunderstood. But a queen knows that silence is strength. Imagine a heated argument where everyone is shouting, trying to overpower each other with words. The queen remains calm and silent. Her silence cuts through the chaos like a sharp sword, making others stop, think, and reconsider. It's not about being cold, it's about strategic restraint. Silence in this moment becomes a weapon that ends the conflict without adding fuel to the fire. Think of business leaders who don't feel the need to boast or brag. They listen more than they speak. Their silence creates a space where others reveal more than intended, giving the quiet leader insight and power. This is the queen's weapon. She listens, absorbs, and then acts at the right time with precision. Her silence is a fortress protecting her plans and a sword ready to strike when necessary. This restraint turns silence into a weapon of influence and success. In relationships, silence can be the ultimate expression of power. When someone tries to provoke you, pulling you into needless drama or arguments, your silence is a refusal to be manipulated. It shows you are above the petty games and will not be dragged down by chaos. A queen knows that silence is often louder than words because it signals control. It tells others you are not desperate for approval or caught up in emotions. You are calm, collected, and sovereign of your own peace. Every queen has faced moments where silence was the most potent weapon she could wield. In moments of betrayal, silence guards her dignity. Instead of reacting in anger or pain, she steps back, lets the world watch her composed demeanor, and silently rebuilds her kingdom stronger than before. Her silence speaks volumes, without her needing to explain or justify. It's a quiet but fierce statement. She is untouchable, unbreakable, and in control. Silence is also a weapon against negativity and toxic people. When faced with criticism, gossip, or envy, responding impulsively only fuels their fire. But a queen chooses silence, refusing to engage in battles that do not serve her growth or peace. This silent stance is a boundary, a powerful shield that says, I will not waste my energy on what diminishes me. Others may not immediately understand it, but over time they learn that silence is her fortress, her sword, and her crown. Look at historical queens and leaders who understood this truth. Their silence was not ignorance but strategy. Their quiet moments were filled with reflection, planning, and unshakable confidence. They knew when to speak and when to remain silent, knowing that silence amplifies the power of their words when they do choose to use them. Their silence was a weapon that carved out empires, inspired nations, and commanded loyalty. Silence is a weapon that sharpens your focus. When you stop filling your mind and mouth with constant noise, you can listen deeply, not just to others, but to your own intuition. This internal clarity is the queen's secret weapon. It guides her decisions, protects her from illusions, and helps her navigate life's challenges with wisdom and strength. Silence gives you the power to choose your battles and emerge victorious. When you learn to use silence like a queen, you realize It is the ultimate form of respect. Respect for yourself and for others. It teaches you to value your words so much that you only speak when it matters. It shows that you are confident enough to trust your silence to speak for you. This kind of silence does not isolate. It connects on a deeper level. It draws people toward your presence because they sense the power and peace within you. Silence as a weapon is not about domination. It is about mastery. Mastery over your emotions, your reactions, and your life. When you wield silence wisely, you no longer need to prove yourself. Your silence tells the world that you are a queen, respected, powerful, and unshakable. Because you have mastered the art of saying less and commanding more. To wrap this journey, remember this. Silence is not the absence of strength. It is the presence of power. In a world screaming for attention, your silence will be your loudest roar. When you embrace the quiet within, you embrace your true self. Unapologetic, unstoppable, and undeniably royal. As the great philosopher Rumi said, silence is the language of God. All else is poor translation. In your silence, you speak a language so profound that words could never capture its depth. It is in that space where your soul's voice echoes the loudest. The most successful, influential, and inspiring people are not those who talk the most, but those who speak the least and mean the most. They understand that sometimes the greatest answer is no answer at all, that a pause can carry more weight than 1,000 explanations. Nelson Mandela endured 27 years of silence in prison. Your silence too can be that revolutionary force, the catalyst that changes your story and shakes the world around you. Remember the words of Maya Angelou, who reminded us that when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Silence allows you to observe without judgment, to protect your heart from the noise of negativity and chaos. It is a royal armor that guards your peace and preserves your dignity. Silence lets you rise above the drama, the gossip, and the distractions, standing tall with the quiet confidence of a queen who knows her worth. In silence, you cultivate patience. And patience is not passive. It is power in waiting. Like a seed buried deep beneath the earth, your potential grows quietly until the moment is right to burst forth in full bloom. Think of the bamboo tree that spends years growing its roots underground before shooting up into fruit. In silence lets you grow forth in weak. Your silence is your roots. Unseen but vital, strengthening you for the greatness you are destined to achieve. There is also unmatched wisdom in silence. The Dalai Lama teaches us that silence is sometimes the best answer. When you resist the urge to react immediately, when you take a breath instead of speaking impulsively, you gain clarity and control. Silence gives you the space to choose your words, your actions, and your path with intention. It transforms you from a person driven by emotion into a person guided by wisdom. And never forget the power of silence in love and relationships. True connection is not found in constant chatter, but in the sacred space between words. The moments when you simply are with someone, listening, feeling, and understanding beyond what is spoken. Silence nurtures empathy, trust, and intimacy. It teaches you that sometimes the most profound expression of love is a shared quiet, a presence that says, I am here for you, without need for words. To those who fear silence, fearing loneliness or misunderstanding, I say this: learn to cherish the company of your own soul. There is no greater companion than the voice within that guides you, comforts you, and ignites your dreams. As Oprah Winfrey once said, the biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your... That adventure begins in silence, in tuning out the noise of the world and tuning into your true calling. So today, claim your silence like a queen claims her throne. Let your quiet strength be the foundation on which you build your empire. Use silence as your sword to cut through confusion, your shield to protect your peace, and your crown to signify the power you hold within. The world may try to drown you in noise, but your silence will be your victory song, a melody of resilience, wisdom, and grace that echoes far beyond words. This is your time to rise, not with noise, but with the unstoppable force of silence. Because when you master the art of silence, you master the art of life itself. And as Winston Churchill once said, courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. Be courageous, be royal, be silent. And watch how everything you desire comes to you not by shouting, but by the power of your quiet, commanding presence.